Whoa, what's that? Today's video is on NBC and they bullshit propaganda, you dig? I just saw this dumbass clip on NBC YouTube page and I decided to break that shit down because it's a great fucking learning tool. Y'all watch this clip.
Candidates come through Iowa looking for that very valuable, very important Iowa voter. Sometimes it feels like by default it's white voter. A lot of people don't realize there are actually black people in Iowa.
There are many times where black people don't feel important and we don't feel heard. So to have someone step out and make us feel like we count, that matters, especially with my age group, because we're not into politics as much as we should be.
We want our voices to be heard. It's very, very important. We want to know what our candidate's going to do for the black voter. I know before they've been allowed to do the diversity vote. We want to know what your black agenda is now.
Specifically for black people, what is it?
Exactly.
So you all are Iowa voters. What more can you say about what you want out of a candidate and what your most important issues are?
For me, and I think for a lot of my community, one is affordable education and affordable health care.
Same. Healthcare especially.
Healthcare, affordable education, and I'm an advocate for, we need to just overhaul the justice system. We need to just flip it upside down. Yes. It's crazy. So.
Entrepreneurship for me, resources, opportunities for my generation.
For me, it's about job training, giving individuals skill sets so that they can go out and earn a decent wage and have a decent living.
Top three on my list is criminal justice system, entrepreneurship, and then I would say healthcare.
It seems like no single Democratic candidate can get out of any conversation these days without at least addressing the idea of reparations. Should candidates have to make up their mind on reparations at this point?
A lot of other cultures got their legacy of wealth building passed down from generation to generation. So yes, if you made reparations right for us, look at how far that will catapult our generations to come. I have a son. Think about how much farther he would be ahead, where he could start on the starting line. He could start at the same spot as everybody else and not behind.
So are there any candidates running for office right now for the presidency that stand out to y'all?
Oh, I've been looking at Elizabeth Warner just a little bit. I've been hearing some pretty good things about the student loans and things like that.
I'm one of the old voters, I guess, and when I look at things right now, I like what Joe Biden is saying, but like I say, once again, it's early.
Should whoever ultimately is candidate for president of the United States have to have a woman, in particular a black woman, running mate?
My expectation is that you be honest and transparent and that you're going to follow through and that you're going to do what you say you're going to do. I would rather you not just go pick a black candidate just so you can win votes.
And if it happens to be a black woman, yeah. We'll take it.
Absolutely.
Now, first off, let's check the scenery, y'all. Are we supposed to believe that CNN and a camera crew was just walking down the street, walked into a fucking Denny's, and caught a fucking diverse group of black women, female voters, and one black male? Are we really supposed to believe that bullshit? Then look how they got it set up. 5 women, technically 4, one is a lesbian, and they of all fucking ages, you dig, and one coon-ass man because they couldn't find nobody younger, because they know the younger they go, the more the boat will be fucking rocked. Y'all put up the first clip that we gonna break down.
Candidates come through Iowa looking for that very valuable, very important Iowa voter. Sometimes it feels like by default it's white voter. A lot of people don't realize there are actually black people in Iowa.
There are many times where black people don't feel important and we don't feel heard. So to have someone step out and make us feel like we count, that matters, especially with my age group, because we're not into politics as much as we should be.
We want our voices to be heard. It's very, very important. We want to know what our candidate's going to do for the black voter. I know before they've been allowed to do the diversity vote. We want to know what your black agenda is now.
Specific.
Now, before we break down that loaded ass motherfucking question, you dig, the person y'all looking at on the screen is Nia Wilder, or I don't know how she probably pronounced her name, but on the left side is the one we see of her in the motherfucking CNN Denny's diner or whatever they have it, and on the right side we got her on her YouTube page, you dig, back when she was working at Office Depot and shit. Really on her page ain't shit activist related, you dig, look like she an aspiring artist. Now let's break down that dumbass question, you dig? Nah. Fake ass Tremaine Lee gon' hop on there and say, candidates be coming to Iowa for that very important ass vote, you dig? And by default, they be picking the white people because I don't think people realize that it's blacks in Iowa. Y'all see how he set that bullshit up, right? He's saying by default. How the fuck is it by default when there's blacks, Latinos, whites, and other fucking demographics in Iowa? How is it by default? That means you motherfuckers chose to speak to only whites. And if they don't know that it's blacks in fucking Ohio, then don't that speak to y'all elected officials, goddammit? That mean they not pushing the vote. They not walking around saying, hey, our black community needs this, that, and the third. We need this, we need that. Don't that speak to them? Goddammit. But then we have her who pop on the motherfucking screen, Nia Wilder, supposed activist who don't have no activism on her motherfucking YouTube channel. She comes in and say, black people, sometimes we don't be feeling important and we don't be feeling like we being heard. We feel important. Speak for your goddamn self, goddammit. I feel important. We do feel important and we know we being heard. We just not gonna be heard by mainstream media, by CNN, goddammit, by your goddamn bosses, Tremaine Lee, coming in with that bullshit. Then she gonna say, so it feel good having somebody step in and making us feel like we count. I don't want nobody to make me feel like I count. I want results from you motherfuckers, or get the fuck out of my face about a vote before I smack the piss out of you. I don't want you to make me feel good. And then she gonna say, oh, I know my generation, we don't be in the politics as much as we should be. Speak for your motherfucking self once again, because everywhere I go, people be talking about how politics ain't shit, goddammit. It's cause we ain't on that bullshit Democrat bullshit no more. And I'm gonna show y'all the clip one more time just so you fully get how stupid her fucking response is and how loaded his question is, goddammit. Play it.
Candidates come through Iowa looking for that very valuable, very important Iowa voter. Sometimes it feels like by default it's white voter. A lot of people don't realize there are actually black people in Iowa.
There are many times where black people don't feel important and we don't feel heard. So to have someone step out and make us feel like we count, that matters, especially with my age group, because we're not into politics as much as we should be.
We want our voices to be heard. It's very, very important. We want to know what our candidate's going to do for the black voter. I know before they've been allowed to do the diversity vote. We want to know what your black agenda is now.
You heard that bullshit? And don't think I'm gonna let Joy Briscoe, supposed diversity program director, slide coming in echoing that bullshit, talking about we won't be heard. We don't want to be fucking heard. Y'all never did hear us. We want results, goddammit. We want you to fucking do something or get the hell out of our face. Then you could tell they've been looking on YouTube and listening to the real fucking black voice talking about we want to know about us specifically, the black agenda right now. How many times you ever heard these people let somebody say black agenda unless it wasn't followed by not feasible, not politically feasible, like Obama bitch ass say, you dig? Now play the next clip, y'all.
Exactly.
So you all are Iowa voters. What more can you say about what you want out of a candidate and what your most important issues are?
For me, and I think for a lot of my community, one is affordable education and affordable health care.
Same. Healthcare especially.
Healthcare, affordable education, and I'm an advocate for. We need to just overhaul the justice system. We need to just flip it upside down. Yes. It's crazy. So.
Entrepreneurship for me, resources, opportunities for my generation.
For me, it's about job training, giving individuals skill sets so that they can go out and earn a decent wage and have a decent living.
Top 3 on my list is criminal justice system, entrepreneurship, and then I would say healthcare.
Now on this one, y'all could clearly see that they was coach, right? They all said the fucking same thing. He said, what's y'all most important issues? The first woman, they didn't give her fucking name, so we gonna call her old lady number 1. She said, for me, it's affordable education and healthcare. And then the old lady number 2, I think, she said healthcare especially. Then Joy Briscoe lame ass gonna say healthcare, affordable education, and I'm a big advocate for an overhaul of the justice system. Y'all saw how her eyes was looking and shit. I'm gonna replay the clip. Y'all saw her eyes was looking around like, I don't know if I should say this shit, but that motherfucking justice system, y'all gotta change that shit, you know. Or like she was thinking of what else they said we could possibly say, you did. And then Nia Wilder, the fucking aspiring artist, she comes in. Entrepreneurship, resources, opportunities for my generation. You could tell who coached us said, hey, just focus on your generation. You look young, you already LGBTQ, so that explains itself by the way you look, goddammit. So you just keep focusing on your generational aspect and paying for school loans. See, you could tell how the script go once you start watching this shit. Then Jerome, old ass, who a Fort Wall councilman or whatever, which means he been fucking cooning. And trust me, we will get to him. He says, for me, it's drive training, giving individuals, which he mean niggas, skill sets so they could earn a fucking decent wage and a decent living. Look, he just want the minimal, y'all. He want a decent way. A decent is why these people live high on a motherfucking horse. He wants you to pick up a ranch and go fix a fucking refrigerator or something, goddammit. And old lady number 3, she gonna say the criminal justice system, that entrepreneur bullshit, and healthcare. Now, if you ask me, don't that bullshit relate to everybody? When you say entrepreneurship, ain't that mean minorities? Everybody gonna get that? When you say affordable healthcare, you think they gonna only give it to black people? That mean everybody. That mean you just want Obamacare. What the fuck you talking about? See, they kept them with these little broad issues of affordable education. Bitch, how about you make it free like Canada? I don't think they balling like y'all, so y'all should be able to make it free. How about it just be free? See, you know what that mean? That mean that's just shit that they willing to throw out there. Like, look, man, let's just make that shit free for them. Or let's lower the cost on that bullshit. You know, this stuff that we could work with, healthcare. Hey, we could make that shit free too. Canada got it free. That y'all know we ballin'. We could give them that. See, they coach them on shit that they could possibly throw to black people to shut them the fuck up, you dig? Oh, girl looking around. Oh, I want to overhaul on that justice system. Fuck all that bullshit. You know what the fuck black men is facing right now out here? God damn it, you talking about an overhaul on it on some old broad ass shit. Nah, tell the motherfucking truth. You want oversight over these policemen murdering your fucking sons and daughters, god damn it. You want oversight over these crooked ass teachers doing all kind of suspect ass shit to these kindergartners, having them dress up like slaves and shit on slave day or some old bullshit. You want them to erase them Confederate ass names off of schools that kids have to fucking attend. This what y'all talking about? We want healthcare and all of that old general ass shit y'all won't say specifically for blacks, but you motherfuckers is naming some universal ass issues. Everybody could say we want affordable this. All the white kids could say that. We want affordable healthcare. Everybody could say that. That mean it was vetted better than fucking Donald Trump, vetted it better than Sarah Palin, vetted it better than Obama. Every fucking body. They knew exactly what kind of idiots they was throwing on that motherfucking panel, you did. This ain't no just, oh, we walked up and met them. Let's show the clip just again so y'all can get the total fucking understanding on this bullshit, you did.
Exactly.
So you all are Iowa voters. What more can you say about, what you want out of a candidate and what your most important issues are?
For me, and I think for a lot of my community, one is affordable education and affordable health care.
Same. Healthcare especially.
Healthcare, affordable education, and I'm an advocate for. We need to just overhaul the justice system. We need to just flip it upside down. Yes. It's crazy. So.
Entrepreneurship for me, resources, opportunities for my generation.
For me, it's about job training, giving individuals skill sets so that they can go out and earn a decent wage and have a decent living.
Top 3 on my list is criminal justice system, entrepreneurship, and then I would say healthcare.
It speaks for itself. Put the next clip up.
Seems like no single Democratic candidate can get out of any conversation these days without at least addressing the idea of reparations. Should candidates have to make up their mind on reparations at this point?
lot of other cultures got their legacy of wealth building passed down from generation to generation. So yes, if you made reparations right for us, look at how far that would catapult our generations to come. I have a son. Think about how much farther he would be ahead, where he could start on the starting line. He could start at the same spot as everybody else and not behind.
Now let's Block Talk break that shit down. Mainly the motherfucking question, you dig? Look what he said. It seemed like a Democratic candidate can't get out of any conversation. Let's stop right there. What you mean get out of the conversation? See, you trying to escape the conversation without talking about reparations, you dig? He said they can't get out of any conversation without at least addressing the idea of reparations. See how they be wording shit? He said at least address it. See, look, that's a whole breakdown right there. That one sentence. He saying at least. He telling him at least tell the nigga something. At least do something. At least talk about it. At least address it. Y'all see what I'm saying? The idea. See, they ain't even addressing reparations. They addressing the idea of the shit. You see the nerve of these motherfuckers? We ain't gonna even address reparations yet, just the idea of it. Let's fondle around the idea of it. Then we gonna think about reparations itself. Y'all see how that bullshit go, you dig? And then he gonna say, should they have to make up their minds right now? Yeah, motherfucker. Because when people talk about their guns and the Constitution said we get to get our goddamn guns. See, y'all make sure that they keep them guns. But when the Constitution said give a motherfucker their reparations, everybody gotta ponder ideas and shit. They gotta put together a board or a council and then take 10 years before they say, nah, we good off that reparations bullshit. And with the woman, she just answered, oh, yeah, they should do it because my son will be on an even playing field and all of that bullshit. Everybody else got theirs. Well, she should have said everybody else got their shit off of our fucking backs, off of us being in the goddamn field, goddamn it. We might as well get our goddamn reparations. Play another clip because we don't need to show that bullshit again, right? Play the clip.
So are there any candidates running for office right now for the presidency that stand out to y'all?
Oh, I've been looking at Elizabeth Warner just a little bit. I've been hearing some pretty good things about the student loans and things like that.
I'm one of the old voters, I guess, and when I look at things right now, I like what Joe Biden is saying, but like I say, once again, it's early.
Should whoever ultimately is candidate for president of the United States have to have a woman, in particular a black woman, running mate?
My expectation is that you be honest and transparent and that you're going to follow through and that you're going to do what you say you're going to do. I would rather you not just go pick a black candidate just so you can win votes.
And if it happens to be a black woman, yeah. We'll take it.
Now, before we address Jerome, let's address every fucking thing else. The host, Tremaine Lee, he gonna say, is there anybody that stand out? Nia Wilder, the fucking aspiring artist, gonna jump out. Ooh, Elizabeth Warner. Your dumbass ain't even look further enough to know that her name Elizabeth Warren, you fucking idiot. You don't even know her name, talking about, I've been hearing some things about student loans. Well, damn, you been hearing some things. You ain't even hear her fucking name right. So I wonder what the hell you heard about student loans. See, they kept her on that generational bullshit. Oh, student loans, you know, little shit that they trying to hand you like, man, we get y'all these student loans. Can we get your vote then? Y'all see what the fuck I'm saying, right? Now let's go to the other question before we get to Jerome, when he laid up there and said, man, look, if it was a black female candidate, or what if whoever the candidate is, if they have a vice president, should it be a black female? Old lady number 2 has said, look, just do what the fuck y'all supposed to do, you dig? Don't just be getting no token black person like Obama again. We don't have time for that. Just come up in here and do what the fuck you said you was gonna do, you dig? Don't come up in here getting no token for a vote. And Joy Briscoe, or whatever the fuck her name is, comes in. If it happened to be a woman, we'll take it. And y'all know what that bullshit was playing into, all the theatrics of her. If it is a woman, we'll take it. They was playing to the ego of the woman. They like, oh, they'll be happy if it is a black woman. Don't be surprised if Oprah and Beyonce come out to do something at some fucking point, y'all. Like, these people so fucking predictable. But now, let's jump to Jerome, who said, see, I'm an old school voter and shit. I'm actually liking what I'm hearing from Joe Biden. See, that's why they gotta hold the black man, because they know he the type who will shut up. I bet you he the type who will sit up there and let people be calling him a nigga at the city council members board and shit. Look at that. That's my main Negro right here. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, jive on the black hand side. I bet you he'll just be sitting there taking all of it. Stupid ass. Put Jerome up. I said Jerome in the house. And he should watch his motherfucking mouth with his coon ass, goddammit, out there talking about he considering Joe Biden. Matter of fact, since you an old time voter, you don't remember when that motherfucker was against busing, goddammit? When he ain't want black kids and white kids to go to the same school together? Was you around then, goddamn old school? Or that time when he said he know what's best for the Negroes of the South and shit like that? Or when he said, my state a slave state, we the 8th largest black population. He don't play that. He keep niggas in line. Was you around when he did that? Like, see, these people like ill-informed. They have a fucking memory lapse or something about these voters or this system, period. But no, they don't have a memory lapse. They just paid for motherfuckers who sat where they needed to be to get a goddamn check. And matter of fact, he looked like the type of motherfucker who would just sit there and let people make all kind of watermelon jokes and jive on the black hand side with him and everything. Matter of fact, put this article up. Waterloo City Councilman Jerome Amos Jr. has accused 2 colleagues of making racially insensitive remarks at weekly meetings. Amos, the city's only African-American city council member, said Councilman Steve Schmidt and Tom Lynn have made several comments over the past year he found inappropriate. I don't want controversy on this council, and I'm not about to cause anybody any problems, but somewhere down the line, this needs to stop. Amos said these things should not be said. See, he don't even want rock the boat. He on the boat and they calling him all types of niggas and making watermelon jokes. He still don't want rock the boat, but the shit has to stop, goddammit. Show some more of the article, we ain't done. Hart responded he would no longer accept this disrespect, slander, threats being called out of my name, or your racist partisan Obama comments from you or anyone else on this email. Lynn said that Obama reference referred to the former president's penchant for approving executive orders by bypassing Congress and objected to Hart demeaning his character. Lynn declined Friday to discuss Amos' comments. Schmidt, however, said he was disheartened by what he heard from Amos, who he has known for 30 years and who he encouraged to run for city council, as I thought he was a well-intentioned individual who would be above such petty partisan political comments. Wow, ain't that some shit? He talking about Amos, about what he heard from Amos. Oh, you thought he, the old boy who was talking about him would be above that shit. You know what the fuck y'all do. Y'all know y'all be petty around there. He's just the only nigga to start walking around and hearing shit, goddammit. And it wasn't hard for his fake ass to hear, cause he just sat there and took it. Put some more of it up though. Smith said he noticed a nice Cadillac in a council parking lot one evening, and since he knew what other members drove, he assumed it was Amos and congratulated him on the car. He seemed caught off guard and said it wasn't his, and why I would think it was, he said. I assumed he was joking. Council member Ron Welper overheard us and said it was his wife's car. I couldn't understand why Jerome disliked Sharon Welper's car, as I thought it was pretty nice. Now you see what type of bullshit they just said? Y'all know y'all was fucking with him. You saw a Cadillac and said, oh, it must be the car for the nigga. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, jibe on the black hand side. But they gonna act like, oh, I don't know why he didn't like Sharon Welper's car. I just figured it was his. It was clearly a joke. See how they be, goddammit? Read some more. Amos, who sits between Schmidt and Lynn at council meetings, says Schmidt had called the seating arrangement a reverse Oreo cookie and also said he looked like a Cadillac kind of guy, which he took to have racial undertones. He said Lynn made reference to wearing a hood at Monday's meeting. The day the mayor, Quentin Hart, had accused Lynn in an email of exchanging racist, derogatory partisan remarks. Amos broke his silence about the matter after the email exchange became public. He had spoken about his concerns with Hart, the city's first African American mayor, and believed it played a role in Hart's sharp reaction to Lynn. Lynn had criticized the mayor for appointing a part-time communications director without council approval. You work for us, Obama, yesterday is gone. You work for us, Obama, yesterday is gone, or whatever. So basically, I just read that shit, found it right quick, just so I could let y'all know what type of black person they gonna put in front. It ain't gonna never be a young man or somebody who's standing on something. It's gonna be one of these motherfucking Don Lemon types, goddammit. Or it's gonna be an old ass bootlicking Uncle Tom like this motherfucker who gonna sit there and let him do the shit. But what the fuck did we mainly learn? MSNBC ain't to be trusted. They just like Fox. They probably worse, goddammit. CNN ain't to be trusted, none of them. Y'all be up there, Fox this and Fox that. Fox probably tell the truth more than these dumbass liberal stations. Do not be fucking fooled. The time is now. Thank you to the real ones who watched the whole fucking video, and thank you for subscribing. Once again, y'all holler at me.